According to Fox News host Rachel Campos-Duffy, there is really no reason whatsoever to protect planet Earth here because if you're a good Christian and you believe in the afterlife, then heaven is going to be so much better, than this planet that we're currently trashing at an alarming rate. Now, Campos-Duffy made these comments on Sunday while talking with Republican presidential candidate, I'm definitely going to mispronounce his name here, Vivek Ramaswami. And again, my apologies if I mispronounce that name. But anyway, he was talking about the fact that he is going to let his faith guide him if he becomes president of the United States, which has a pretty much 0% chance of happening. But it's reminiscent, of course, of what George W. Bush said. I'm going to let my faith guide my presidency. And then you started bombing every country that your family doesn't like. But that is when Campos-Duffy decided to make this about climate change for some reason. And here's what she said. For them, talking about the godless leftists, for them, where we live right now, this place, Earth, is it. So everything's on the line here for them. They think, as you said, they can perfect this Earth. Those of us who have faith don't believe that, and we believe how we act here determines where we go after. And so we gotta behave. So we should just continue spewing all of these pollutants into our atmosphere, dumping toxins into our water and all over the soil, cutting down forests, redirecting wetlands that then lead, of course, to catastrophic flooding. We should just let all of that happen because this is just the planet God gave us. He thinks it's cool if we trash it. And then he's going to reward us with eternal paradise in heaven after we all die, right? Well, I got news for you. If you're right, you're going to reach that heaven a little bit earlier than you assumed because of all the destruction we're doing to the planet. But I guess that's a theological conversation for another day. Right now, we're getting a little bit of insight into why Republicans don't want to do a damn thing about planet Earth, though, huh? Why bother living on a habitable planet when heaven is going to be so much better, when the afterlife offers us so much promise, right? Well, which afterlife are you talking about? Are you talking about the Christian version of heaven? Are you talking about the afterlives of other religions? Because some religions don't even have an afterlife. They actually have, reincarnation and things like that. So they actually have to come back to this earth. So I'm sure those religious people probably have a differing view than you do about protecting Earth if they believe they're going to have to be here throughout several different lifetimes. But if you want to talk biblical about climate change, let's talk biblical about climate change. Many, many years ago, I had to do a story on the biblical, climate change connection there. And there are plenty of Bible passages about protecting the earth. After all, the Bible tells us the earth, this planet that we live on, that Rachel Campos-Duffy thinks we should trash, this is God's creation, which means it is in fact sacred if you believe in Christianity. And if you do not treat this earth as sacred, if you allow the pollution, if you allow the destruction, if you allow the trashing of it, then you're not going to get to go to heaven. So even from a biblical perspective here, Rachel, if you believe in heaven, and as you say, we got to behave so we can go to heaven, part of that behaving, according to the Bible, is actually protecting this. So not only are you wrong, but also you're wrong, because all of that is not true. So maybe you ought to actually open up that book that you and many other Republicans claim to live your lives by, because I think you would all be shocked to find out what's actually in it. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.